So before a society that looks for being first at innovation, first at success, first at reaching outcomes, first at being rich, fabulous and famous, we are also facing the same speed in growing cultural, social, economical inequalities, as well as in growing aggression and also disrespect towards minority groups and vulnerable groups. And I remind that Europe is facing a great crisis in refugee families and children that we have to look after. And we are facing also, before this, the emptying of values and principles of empathy, of mutual respect and solidarity, the emptying of critical awareness and a critical act on behalf of all human beings and each one of them. Other challenges that are also very important for EECERA is this society that is more digital and technological. And this can be either good or bad, depending the way we are going to face it. Either it can build a world of well-being and a sustainable environment, or on the other hand, if we take it in the wrong way, we are going to face this continuous growing of inequalities and easy aggression and easy disrespect. So these are the challenges that I consider that are major for EECERA. Firstly, I think we need to assume our ethical and civic commitment towards children's, families and professionals' rights. That means that we need to assume a democratic worldview that is progressive and participatory. And this assumption can't be just hanging on speeches. We need to act, we need to develop and live a more participatory and democratic doing in our educational day-to-day. That means we have to develop participatory pedagogies. That's our ethical and civic commitment. It's about reconstructing, going first into a deconstruction, because there are naturalized ways of thinking and doing and relating to children and families. There is a naturalized way of pedagogic doing along history that is really urgent to deconstruct, and through this critical awareness of deconstruction we can reconstruct a new way of developing pedagogy, a new way of developing a pedagogic thinking and a pedagogic doing. So when I'm always referring to pedagogic, I'm referring that we need to assume pedagogy as the knowledge in its own right, a knowledge that knows boundaries, but is not closed in itself. It dialogues, it integrates in order to have the tools necessary to answer to the challenges we've been talking before. And to do this, we need to reconceptualize. We need to reconceptualize the early childhood education learning as well as professional learning. And this calls for a change, a challenging change in university policies, in university that support continuous professional learning, because only through this reconceptualization, this change in policy, we can not inspire, but we can advocate the change in political educational policies in order to affirm a democratic, not just speech, but a democratic doing in EECERA that is not made hostage of other scientific domains, because it is sure about its pedagogic knowledge and the transformation needed to do in our educational day-to-day with the professionals, children and families.
Yeah.